Ladies and gentlemen, it's late July. The mock drafts are flying all over the place. We're getting close to the NFL season. We're getting close to fantasy football season. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to kick this off by giving you guys a standard 12-team full PPR mock draft, giving you guys my tips, my expert picks. Well, I'm not an expert, but my picks on who I think will be very good for the fantasy season, kind of how do you structure your team overall. We're going to be going over that. But guys, I do want to quickly announce, I want to start a 20-team sort of mega league this season. So if you're interested in that, DM me on Twitter. My Twitter link is in the description. If you're interested in joining my 20-team league, it's going to be a $100 entry fee, and I'm actually going to be handing off the commissioner role to someone else to where I just become sort of the godfather over the league. And so I want to make someone else the commissioner. If you're interested in this in this league, DM me on Twitter. Let's get right into this. I'm going to be doing a lot of these mock drafts, by the way. A lot of 14-team, 16-team. We're going to be doing it all. But I'm just doing the standard 12-team full PPR. Let's get in. All right, ladies and gentlemen. That was awkward. I'm sorry. We are into the mock draft right now. This is just a 12-team head-to-head. I mean, it's just a mock draft. So 12-team full PPR mock draft. Make sure full PPR. 1 point per catch. We understand that. For the people out there, you're wondering about league size, I would always recommend you playing with friends, whatever. I would always recommend a 12-team league. I just think it's, 10 teams seems too easy. 12 teams just seems like such a good sweet spot. 14 teams is tough. I do want to do a 20-team league personally, but let's just get right into the draft. We're going to go round by round. I'm picking 6th overall. I don't really love that spot, especially it's a full-point PPR, so Derrick Henry probably not an option, just due to the fact he catches oh my goodness, Derrick Henry went 2nd overall. Goodness, folks. Getting some interesting picks here early on, but the first thing I realized when I opened up this mock draft, I looked at the big board. Travis Kelce all the way up to 4th overall. That's pretty crazy to me. I didn't know he was that high. He was, when I started doing these mocks, I did a few of them like late June. Travis Kelce was like 12th or 13th overall, normally where he is every year. He's so consistent. I understand that, but I would never draft a tight end top 4 or top 5. You're always going to want that position value. You get a first round pick, you're always going to want a running back, a solid running back. They're the biggest need in fantasy football, guys, is the running back. Come on, make a pick, man. I hate when people do this. All right, we're gonna start moving here real quick. So I'm on the clock. Alvin Kamara is there right after Michael Thomas. Obviously out for a little bit. We know now, maybe the first few weeks of the regular season. I'm taking Alvin Kamara. Very easy pick for me. He fell right to me. If I wouldn't have taken Kamara, I would have probably taken Zeke. I expect Zeke have a little bit of a bounce back year. Zeke always gets those goal line carries too. All right, guys, just a little update here on where some of these guys are going. Stephon Diggs, 12th overall. That's a little rich for me. I don't know if I can trust Josh Allen to be as good as he was last year for Stephon Diggs to warrant, back end of the first, early second round pick. There's DeAndre Hopkins. We know he's had a little bit of an issue. We understand that on Twitter. Aaron Jones, not a fan of Aaron Jones personally. I do like Austin Eckler. Tyreek Hill's fine. Jonathan Taylor is going to be good. I mean, there's the Marlon Mack thing, but Marlon Mack's coming off a really serious injury. Nick Chubb is solid, but guys, I don't know about you, but I find drafting someone like Nick Chubb annoying just due to the fact that he's going to be sharing carries with Kareem Hunt. Not really, but he kind of does, and it's just annoying. If I draft a running back that high, I want him to be the bell cow. But guys, I'm coming up on my pick. I have Alvin Kamara. Obviously, this is a full-point PPR league. He catches so many passes, and I am on the clock right now. And guys, this is an easy pick for me. So you've got Calvin Ridley here without Julio. Would be a very fine choice, but I am going to go with the surefire stud. I'm going with DK Metcalf. I think he's an absolute surefire as long as he doesn't get injured. Superstar. Calvin Ridley would have been a fine pick too, no doubt. All right, guys, I'm about to be on the clock in the 3rd round. I'm on the clock now. My goodness. And this is going to be a tough pick for me, but I do have a soft spot for him. I am going to be picking J.K. Dobbins. Now, J.K. Dobbins is let me actually make the pick. J.K. Dobbins is an interesting pick. We understand he's going to be maybe sharing time in the backfield a little bit there. We understand that Gus Edwards is there, but guys, I think JK is going to, how well he looked, how well he ran towards the end of last season. Mark Ingram's completely out of the picture, although last year towards the end of the season, Mark Ingram was completely out of the picture. But J.K. Dobbins, 6 yards a carry. There is the Lamar Jackson issue. J.K. can catch passes out of the backfield. The problem is quarterbacks like Lamar, who tend to be very mobile, they very rarely throw to the running backs, unfortunately. But hopefully JK maybe catches a few passes, gets some goal line work. He did have a lot of touchdowns last year for the limited amount of carries he had. And the thing is, guys, you need to make sure you get running backs early. You have to. Otherwise, you're gonna be scrambling third, fourth, fifth round to take running backs. I do want to quickly say one running back I think is going to be an absolute bust is Antonio Gibson, the Washington running back. I think he's going to be an absolute bust. That's just my personal opinion. Taking a look at some of the guys that went. Justin Jefferson, early third round is really good value. Keenan Allen, solid, really solid. George Kittle, I don't love taking personally, it's like a tradition to always struggle with tight ends. So that's why I always like, switching out my tight ends, drafting one late and then, going on the waiver wire every week trying to find a tight end. Allen Robinson, all right. Miles Sanders is really iffy, but again, you take a guy like Miles Sanders early due to the fact that running backs, it's such a premium in fantasy football. You got to get running backs. Darren Waller, I'd probably take him over Kittle at this point. Montgomery, I'm not buying David Montgomery. David Montgomery had a great end to last season, but I'm really not buying him. It's too inconsistent. Myles Gaskin that high? These running backs, man. Robert Woods, that has a lot to do with Matt Stafford coming over, with McVay. We'll see how good Matt Stafford is. I'm very happy nobody's taking quarterbacks right now, but guys, by the way, these people are professionals. Ladies and gentlemen, in my mind, they're professionals. Look at Darrell Henderson shoot up the boards with the Cam Akers torn ACL, Deontay Johnson, CeeDee Lamb. That'd be a decent. CeeDee Lamb's got decent value. Julio has pretty good value, but you have to also understand A.J. Brown's there. They love running the ball to Derrick Henry. I love DJ Moore. If I can get Chris Godwin. I'm going to take DJ Moore. DJ Moore is a stud. They do have Robbie Anderson there, but I just think DJ Moore is such a stud. So Julio went. Yeah, so I think people are going to get wide-eyed. They're going to see Julio still there in the third round. They're going to look down. They're going to be like, oh my goodness, Julio, we're so used to him going in the first or second round. You're going to see a lot of noobs taking Julio. Darrell Henderson. Should I take Darrell Henderson and really stack up on running backs? I do have J.K. Dobbins. Who'd they take? They took CeeDee Lamb. Now, I'm taking DJ Moore, guys. I'm expecting DJ Moore, huge year this year. Huge year. We'll see what the whole dynamic of Sam Darnold, but he's a stud. And Curtis Samuel's not there anymore. Everyone's like, they still got Robbie Anderson. Robbie Anderson isn't a target hog. He's a deep threat. So that's why I picked. Guys, someone to stay away from, Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett will literally guarantee win you 1 week of the season. Guaranteed. He'll have 60 points 1 week. The 10 other weeks, he'll combine for 60 points. I would stay away from Tyler Lockett. That's not the type of player I like. You want consistent points every week. Jamar Chase, I like a lot. Sutton is an extreme. Give me Jamar Chase over Sutton. Are you kidding me? Sutton is an extreme question mark. So Michael Thomas, we were wondering where Michael Thomas was going to fall. He falls right now right around that fourth, fifth round range, early fifth round range. We'll see if he's still there. He'd be an interesting pick. But again, you got to stash him on your bench for the first 3 or 4 weeks. And now it's becoming a bit of a problem with Michael Thomas to where he missed, what did he miss? 10 or 11 games last year. Brandon Ayuk, I love personally as well. So there's definitely Juju, not really a fan of Juju this year. Mark Andrews, solid tight end, we'll see. T. Higgins, not really a fan. Claypool, not really a fan. Odell is risky, but I think he's worth it at that draft position. A lot of people are down on Odell this year. There's Kenny Galladay now with the Giants. Not loving it with Daniel Jones. Not loving that situation for Kenny Galladay. Was injured a lot last year as well. So we'll have to see with that. But guys, coming up on my pick, I do have 2 running backs, 2 receivers. That's just the way it worked out. You're looking for a running back. See, guys, this is the problem with not taking running backs early. Where are the running backs? Chase Edmonds, maybe? Is someone going to reach for Chase Edmonds? There's just no running backs left. We're literally on round 5. Let's look at the running backs. This is why mock drafts are so key. Look at the running. We're on round 5. You have Chase Edmonds. That's it. Do I go Chase Edmonds here just to get another running back? Let's look at all the positions. Maybe I take a receiver. Maybe I go the way of Michael Thomas here. Do I vibe with Michael Thomas or not? Maybe I'll go with Odell. In the slot position, I like that. I'm going to take Odell. So I take Odell. I'm banking on him having a bounce back year. Baker Mayfield, I really think Baker's going to be good this year. Last year, people kind of actually overhyped Baker. I mean, he was good, but he had a really good running game. He had a really good offensive line. But Odell in the flex position, I like that. You could have drafted someone like Mark Andrews. I mean, Mark Andrews is a solid tight end. He's a great outlet. He's a great big-bodied guy. But overall, did Aaron Rodgers go yet? TJ Hawkinson over Mark Andrews? Man, the hype for that kid is crazy. He's a really good, well-built kid, no homo. He's really well-built. Kareem Hunt, that's way too high for Kareem Hunt. I get running backs. The thing with Kareem Hunt that's weird, to me at least, when you think, these Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, they're a good split. When Nick Chubb gets injured, you think Kareem Hunt, oh my goodness, he's going to become a top 5 running back. He really wasn't a top 5 running back last year. It was kind of interesting how that worked out. There's Robbie Anderson. You're starting to see Dak Prescott. That's a risk with Dak coming off an injury. If I can get Chase Edmonds, well, there went Chase Edmonds. Now this is quickly something I wanted to touch on. We have 2 rookies going back-to-back. So we have Kyle Pitts and then Travis Etienne Jr. Travis Etienne is listed as a running back. And there goes Mark Andrews. That was going to be my pick. Well, but Travis Etienne is listed as a running back, which makes him, it seems like, absurdly valuable in full-point PPR leagues. Because, by the way, there's a lot of people hyping up Mike Davis. I know he's going to get the bulk of the carries early on in Atlanta, but I don't know, man. I just don't know. Like, he had a few good weeks with Carolina, but I know Christian McCaffrey was injured most of the season, but it's like he really started to fizzle out towards the end of the season with Carolina, if you guys remember that. But, like, Travis Etienne, like, I heard he was going to play in the slot. So if he's listed as a running back, that would be crazy. I really don't know who to pick right now. Really, I'm not liking Juju. Maybe T. Higgins is an option here. Shelnut is just such a risk. So is DJ Chark, the 2 Jacksonville receivers. Although they're just such. Robbie Anderson, I really don't want another Carolina receiver. There's Curtis Samuel, who's now with Washington. He picks Dak Prescott. I really don't want to reach for a quarterback here. I mean, Lamar is just such an enticing option right now. I do like Jerry Jeudy a lot. Lamar, he literally picks Lamar. There's James Robinson, pass on him for this year. So I got to pick someone. Juju, no way. I can't do it. Brandon Cooks, just the quarterback situation there. What's going on? We may go Jeudy. It's such a tough situation right now for me. It really is. Herbert, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna hold off on that. We'll go Jeudy. I don't love this pick. I think Judy's gonna be a really good receiver in the NFL. There were some, unfortunately, really, maybe I should have taken Juju there. I don't know. The thing with Jeudy is his quarterback is just such a question mark. Unless they somehow are able to swing a trade for Aaron Rodgers or someone. Drew Lock is legitimately one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL. I understand he's young. Maybe he improves a little bit, but the weird thing with Jeudy is he cuts like 48% of his targets last year. Like, he was worse, and a lot of that has to do with quarterbacks, but that was really bad. But I like Jeudy, former first-round pick. He's on my bench right now. We're going to be picking again. Maybe we go Russell Wilson here. We'll have to see. Brandon Cooks, you're trying to find value plays here. Will Fuller with Miami. Is he suspended? I don't even know what's going on with Will Fuller. Oh, No, I don't think he's suspended. I'm on the clock again, so who am I going to pick here? Man, I would love to take a running back. Antonio Brown's an interesting option, but I might go Rodgers. I mean, Rodgers has some question marks. We're going to draft Aaron Rodgers. We're going to go Aaron Rodgers. Guys, Aaron Rodgers was remarkably consistent last year. I think he had like 14 out of 15 or out of 16 games over 20 points. I mean, he won the MVP. I'm not expecting him to win the MVP this year. But just guys, some of these options like Brandon Cooks, it's just such a question mark because he's still on Houston. But it's just such a question mark with what's going to happen to Deshaun Watson. DJ Chark, probably a number 2, in an offense with a rookie quarterback, no matter how good you think Trevor Lawrence is. I don't know about that. Curtis Samuel, we'll see. I mean, Ryan Fitzpatrick, don't love that situation. You've also got Terry McLaurin as the number 1 receiver. Goddard, Goddard's an interesting option at the tight end position. There's Devontae Smith is ranked low, man. Jarvis Landry's a nice option at this point. I like Antonio Brown. I like him a lot. All right, I just wanted to touch on this. Javonte Williams from North Carolina. Love him. Love him. You get him early 7th round. That for your running back depth. I'm looking for running back depth right now, guys. I need it badly. I have 2 running backs on my roster. So who am I going to be looking at? Oh, there goes Brady. Who am I going to be looking at? Damian Harris and Raheem Mostert. Those are the 2 guys I'm going to look at. Also, Trey Sermon out of Ohio State, a super sleeper there. Trey Sermon. Ryan Tannehill. Oh, there went Damian Harris. God damn. I need to look for the running guys. I'm getting nervous. I need to get a running back. Leonard Fournette, Zach Moss, David. All right, David Johnson's a stable veteran. He's a stable veteran. Melvin Gordon. That's an interesting. Ronald Jones is really if Leonard Fournette gets injured. Maybe I should draft both of them. Draft both Leonard Fournette and Ronald Jones. Hope one of them gets injured. That's what you should do. That's what you got to do nowadays with these running backs. I'm going to be taking Mostert if he is available. And then I will probably be taking towards the end of the draft Trey Sermon, who's a rookie. Remember what he did at Ohio State last year when he ran over Northwestern and Clemson? That was crazy. Come on, man. Make a pick. This isn't the World Series, man. Come on. What is this, the Super Bowl? Let's go. See, this is what always annoys me. Make a pick, big fella. You're going to get fish and chips. You're not. Michael Gallup, well, I like Deebo Samuel. He always gets injured. I like him. Like him. Noah Fant, that's not a good pick. That is just simply not a good pick, sir. I'm going to have to take Mostert. I need running back depth. Need it. That's only the 3rd running back I've done. That's why running backs early, it's almost like, see, I took DK Metcalf in the 2nd round. It's almost like I'm doing this mock draft and I'm realizing I should have forced a running back round 2. There's almost the strategy to where you take a running back round 1, round 2, round 3. I wonder if I did that. There's also a strategy to take receivers round 1, round 2, running backs round 2, round 1, round 2, running backs 3, 4. But I almost think the best strategy, the elite strategy, is taking running backs the first 3 rounds. Again, if it falls that way. Don't pick a running back just because you want to do it for strategy. Zach Moss, I'm not high on him. Out of Utah, Zach Moss, yes. Jarvis Landry, all right, Jarvis could be maybe you need someone in a pinch. I understand that. Who do I need a tight end. That's how it always is. I end up needing tight ends. That's funny. Hollywood Brown, not a fan of. Antonio Brown, really good value here. Really good value. Waddle is decent value as well. Henry Ruggs for a PPR league, I'm out. He's a big play threat. He doesn't get a lot of catches. Corey Davis, I'm out. Rager, I'm out. Cole Beasley, no thanks. Marvin Jones Jr., no thanks. Leonard Fournette, that's interesting. Antonio Brown got picked. That's who I was going to take. Thanks for stealing him, sir. Maybe I take a Leonard Fournette here. Maybe I take a Mike Gesicki, who's a good young. Ooh, Ronald Jones is available. Ooh, A.J. Dillon. All right, there's some interesting running back options. With A.J. Dillon, I'm really high on A.J. Dillon, and I'm low on Aaron Jones. But they did give Aaron Jones that big contract. We're going to go with Mike Gesicki, who's a big-bodied target out of Penn State. What is he going into, year 3 or year 4? I think him and Tua. Ooh, Jonnu Smith is there too. Well, I like Mike Gesicki over Jonnu Smith at the tight end position this year, I got to be honest. Yeah, one of the things I was thinking, guys, wow, Trey Sermon is ranked 126th? I thought he was lower than that. There's a lot of decent tight ends towards the back end of, what round are we on right now? We're on round 9. I'm looking at Irv Smith Jr. I'm looking at Hunter Henry. I know they also have Jonnu Smith. Eric, Ebron, I wouldn't recommend. Evan Ingram, maybe have a bounce back year. There's some guys here you could really, that's why I say, especially guys with the way running backs are such at a premium this year, I think it's ridiculous to take Travis Kelce on it. It's just, unless he falls to you. I just think it's ridiculous. So this is an interesting situation I've set myself up into. We've got an individual picking right here, but it looks like I might have a choice between Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones Jr., maybe I go to A.J. Dillon and pray for an Aaron Jones injury. It'll be interesting what I do here, but I think building running back depth is so important. Where did Jamal Williams go? There went Matt Stafford. So Matt Stafford goes, we've got Marvin Jones Jr., no chance I'm drafting him. There's 2 other receivers probably ahead of him on the depth chart, and he has a rookie quarterback. So we've got Leonard Fournette, we've got Ronald Jones. I'm going to go the higher upside here, I think. I'm going to go A.J. Dillon. Now, again, there's a lot of questions with the Packers. I have Aaron Rodgers. Will he even be playing for the Packers? At this point, It's so tough. I think he will be. I'm going to say yes. We obviously know Devontae Adams is like, I want out too. I'm not going to, do a contract extension, but some other, sneaky plays here. The Trey Sermon. Oh, he takes Trey Sermon. I love Trey Sermon. I love Javonte Williams. Oh, those are my draft crushes. Naheem Hines. That's not a good pick, sir. Oh my goodness, they're rapid firing me. I'm on the clock again. Dude, I love Paris Campbell. Paris Campbell coming off a major injury. I gotta find someone quickly. They rapid fired me. Maybe J.D. McKissick, Jamal Williams with Detroit. Jamal Williams just, quite frankly, isn't very good. Nothing against the dude. He's just not very good. I need running back depth. McKissick in a full PPR league is interesting, but I just don't love that. Devontae Parker, he had a really bad year last year. Who is here? Lord, give me someone. No, there's only 9 seconds left. Oh, Paris Campbell. I had to do it. They rapid fired me, and I had to do it. But guys, let me look actually for some crazy sleepers. Rashard Bateman is really low. That's an interesting option. Austin Hooper is terrible. Don't draft Austin Hooper. You know who I like, guys? David Njoku. Out of Miami. He plays for the Browns now. He's an athletic freak. If you're looking for a tight end late, I'm telling you, he's going to get more targets. Tyler Higbee. You remember when Tyler Higbee had 3 crazy good games? That dude's a big boy. He's a big bodied. Look how low Baker Mayfield is. He's ranked below Daniel Jones. Kirk Cousins. There's the disrespect for Kirk Cousins there. You know what? There's so many. There's no reason you should be drafting a quarterback, honestly, before round 7. There's just so many they're all available. I wouldn't take Mahomes in the 5th round. I would not. I would rather use that pick on a running back. Normally, this is what normally happens in these mock drafts, and quite honestly, I would probably be leaving this mock draft as well if I wasn't doing a video. Auto. We had a lot of people in this mock draft, so it was pretty active, but towards the back end, like rounds 11, 12, 13, 14, and then you got people like this. Make a pick, big fella. We're on round 12 of a mock draft. It's July. Just pick someone, big boy. Although I can't even say that. I took like the whole time last time. I would take Elijah Moore here 100%. It seems so obvious. Yeah, they auto-picked him. Just so annoying. So annoying. Tariq Cohen, no thanks, big boy. James White. Maybe Tony Pollard. That's if Zeke gets injured. These are all running back handcuffs. I may have to take Gus Edwards here. Yeah, it would probably behoove me to take Gus Edwards. Gio Bernard. Ooh, he gets paired with Tom Brady. Tevin Coleman goes to the Jets. Who would have thought? Phillip Lindsay now on Houston. Darrell Williams. Rashard Bateman, underrated a little bit. Don't love him. Ooh, Jamison Crowder. Targets machine. I like Jamison Crowder. That would be a decent one. Just pick someone, big boy. I'm trying to stall here for you to take someone. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, James White. Now, I'm actually going to have to take Gus Edwards here, legitimately, because I do have J.K. Dobbins. So, guys, when I look at my team, I'm a little concerned about the running back depth. The receiver depth is, to me, pretty good, but the running back depth, as long as Odell has a good year, you've got Mostert. I mean, it comes down to, I really wanted to take Trey Sermon, but Mostert probably is going to be the starting running back. Good Lord, all right, I have to actually take a kicker defense now. So there's Gio Bernard, Tevin Coleman, Phillip Lindsay. Dude, there's just, who do I take? Coleman is, yeah, I would just draft Coleman. You just try and get as many running backs as possible, honestly. I don't know the situation with the Jets backfield, but just go ahead, throw in. When it comes to, let me go to defense. Take a look at some of the defenses. I like streaming them. So, I would look to see who has a good, easy week 1 matchup. A decent, easy week 1 matchup. But I'll just take it. Wow, the Steelers defense fell that far? That's crazy to me. How is the Steelers defense still available? I thought they were really good. Or was that 2 years ago? Was the Steelers defense really good 2 years ago? I don't know. But guys, just looking at my team, you've got Rodgers. You would expect him to stay on Green Bay at this point. It's pretty late into the offseason. but who knows what happens with him. I mean, he could really force his way out. Kamara, I love that pick. J.K. Dobbins, that's a pick where it's just like you need a running back. Like you legitimately, it's almost necessity to draft running backs early, like bell cow running backs who are going to get a lot of carries. And really, even though I have Gus Edwards on this team, I wouldn't even care. If Gus Edwards got hurt, I wouldn't care because I have J.K. and I'd want him to get all the carries. I'd want to start him every week. You've got Metcalf, you've got DJ Moore, the two stud receivers. Gesicki is an interesting option, although I saw there's a lot of tight ends late in the draft that have great value. I just noticed that. And then Odell at the flex, kind of a question mark. This team is kind of made or break, or this team is made or broken by, I think, J.K. Dobbins and Odell. If Odell, like you would expect Odell to come back and have a big year, right? Like, is that not too much to ask? I don't know. And then the bench, Judy, that's probably the highest upside player on my bench right now. Maybe Mostert if he takes over the starting running back role. A.J. Dillon's going to rely on an injury. Paris Campbell's a question mark coming off injury. Gus Edwards is a handcuff. Tevin Coleman, who knows, dude? I just randomly took him. Come on, this dude is just... He's obviously not. Can you just put him on auto? Please just put him on auto. Just put him on auto. He's not drafting. You know what? Let's just sit here and wait. We're going to take a defense. We'll take... I mean, you can take whatever defense you want. Honestly, I'm not even going to take a defense. I'm just going to take positions because Sterling Shepard, they did draft receivers. Rashard Penny. You're trying to look for like high upside. So like with your last picks, it's almost like you're trying to look for high upside guys that can really break out in early weeks, and then you can trade them, you know? Like, so like maybe a Sterling Shepard has a good week one. He's like the one guy that would get, you know, and then you could trade him off your bench, sell high on him, or you're looking for handcuffs, one of those two. So I would go Sterling Shepard here. I know they signed Kenny Galladay, and you know they have other receivers. Don't they have Corey Davis? Good Lord, what a cluster that is! Corey Davis, Kenny Galladay, Sterling Shepard. Is Shepard going to play the slot? AJ Green going that late, guys. AJ Green is a high upside late pick there. That was a good AJ Green, dude. Just pick someone. The draft is okay. So this is my team. I wanted to quickly share with everyone, you know, how this draft went. Again, guys, when it comes to, you start getting into these mock drafts, you start realizing running backs, once you get past round 4, running backs, there's nothing. It's like you get all the top guys, then a few, you know, Miles Sanders type guys, people that lay in the weeds, they go round 3, round 4. It's nothing. It's a complete drop-off. Until player, you know, then you get like Mike Davis, people like that. Take running backs early. That, if I can't stress that enough, it's crazy. Kamara round 1, Metcalf round 2, Dobbins round 3. I love DJ Moore. DJ Moore's, I think he's got round 3, late round 2 value. You're getting him in round 4. That's phenomenal. Odell, it's a question mark, right? But he has the potential to be really good. Judy's a big question. That was a round 6 pick. Aaron Rodgers, solid. With quarterbacks, I'm just looking, give me just 20 points a week. I'll be happy. Just facilitate it. A few weeks, give me 25, 30, whatever. Quarterbacks are just, there's so many of them available. You can wait until round 7, round 8 easily at least, or even round 10 or round 11. Mostert, kind of a value pick there, could be the starting running back. Getting a starting running back that late, although it is a bit of a committee. And then Gesicki, I like the tight ends, guys. I really do. There's a lot of tight ends late in the draft that are going to put up great numbers, I feel. A.J. Dillon, he needs an Aaron Jones injury. Paris Campbell, question mark, pass catcher. We'll see coming off injury. Gus Edwards, pure handcuff. Coleman, who knows? Sterling Shepard, yikes. Browns defense, Tyler Bass ends it out, guys. That was my draft. 12-team full PPR league. I'm going to be coming back with probably a 14-team full PPR, and then I want to do strategies like drafting 2 receivers in round 1 and round 2, drafting running backs round 1, round 2, round 3, seeing how that sets up. We're going to see all that. Doing the mock drafts is really good. Getting the reps in, seeing how different drafts set up, giving yourself different situations, things like that. But guys, that's going to do it for this video. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.